Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth! We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero, a bloody icon. But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
What's up, everybody? Thunderbolt here, and welcome to Mass Effect 2. You're currently watching the opening cinematic, of course, so I'm going to stay quiet for a little bit longer so you guys can finish watching it, but I just wanted to let that opening part get out of the way, and then do my introduction, and let's let the rest of it play out now.
Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out!
Distress beacon is ready for launch. Will the Alliance get here in time? Ah! I'm not doing this just so they can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttles. Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either. I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker. Shepard, Liara, go. Now. Aye, aye. Everybody in! Go, go, go!
Alright, well, we're actually in the game now. As you have seen, the Normandy is under attack by an unknown enemy, enemy. And I'm now playing as Commander Shepard of the Alliance military, and we need to go rescue Joker, our captain who flies the ship. If you haven't seen or played any parts of the first game, you're really missing out. This game series is amazing. So a little background on what I'm going to be doing here. We're picking it up in Mass Effect 2. Basically, you can play the same character through all 3 games. There are 3 Mass Effect games. I'm skipping the first one, but I have a DLC. I have a DLC called Genesis. And what Genesis is going to allow me to do, it's an interactive comic book about 15 minutes long that lets me make all the critical choices from the first game to import to my character here on the second game. So I don't have to play the first game. I basically got to do 15 minutes, and it boils down everything important from the first game and puts it into the second one. So yeah, now we don't have to play the entire first game. We can just pick it up here in the second game. My character looks badass. I love how the femme shep looks. Her, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. I've never played as a female shepherd before. I've always played as the male one, so I'm kind of excited to be playing as a different character.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
Joker's kind of like, he's a real badass, but he's got like a disease, so he can't walk really well. But he's very, very stubborn, as you're seeing right now.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up.
And yes, Joker is voiced by Seth Green. Well, this is going great. Basically, this is where the Genesis comic book is going to take over here in a second. So you're seeing the final moments of our life. Or is it the final moments of our life? Let's say it's the final moments of this life. As we float down to the planet. Yeah, there's no way you could survive a fall like that. Anyone would be dead after that, even the great Commander Shepard. Anyways, here's where like I was saying, the Genesis comic book's gonna kick off now and help us make the decisions from the first game.
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way.
It's also gonna
Choices you make.
kind of describe how the first game went. So it kind of condenses everything from the first game into a cool interactive little comic book. So that's pretty cool.
Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Alenko. Good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. A ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, A beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Lieutenant Alenko made the mistake of getting too close. It hit him with some type of energy. I grabbed him and threw him out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. Vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Udina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Udina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led us to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tali. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tali's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and that the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace that they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions, but not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I'd need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species, Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Caden was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
Oh, jeez. First choice of the game. I have to pick between Caden or Liara. Or say the mission comes first. Do I want to be all business? Do I want to go for Caden? Or do I want to go for Liara? Well, let's be honest. Liara's freaking hot. Caden's not bad looking himself either. So, Caden, Liara. This is kind of like your romantic interest. I don't know what happens if you hit the mission comes first. I know you have a romance scene. I wonder if you just get to pick who it is then. for now, I'm not gonna let anything get in my way. The mission comes first.
I decided discretion was the better part of valor, and kept my focus on our goal, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Venezia. Saren had taken her to Novaria, where he'd enslaved the queen of a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Venezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni queen. Queen's drones were everywhere, and they were not happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Venezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone, with the information. I tried to reason with Venezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Venezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. The Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before.
Oh, jeez. Here's another thing. You can save the Rachni queen, or I can kill her. The Rachni are a very evil race in the galaxy. Kill them to exterminate them once and for all, or do I save them and let them go on their way? I'm gonna have to do the tough thing, and I'm gonna have to eliminate the Rachni. Hey! Yep, I'm gonna have to do it. I don't think I've ever picked this choice before, so I'm not sure what this is gonna do.
I couldn't take the chance. I had a mission to do, and an army of angry Rachni would be one more problem I didn't have time to deal with. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. The Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base and all its research. Rex disagreed, violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down.
Well, this one's easy. Almost every time you'll play the game on your own, the conversation you have to go through, you'll end up killing Rex. There's like 1 or 2 possibilities to save him. And I know the last time I played the game, I did save him. The first time I played, I killed him. So, I'm definitely going to save Rex.
Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split my team into 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign, the Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he'd found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence. He was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them.
Oh, I always hate this choice. Do I want to save Caden or do I want to save Ashley? I always save Ashley, but that's usually because I'm the male shepherd and Ashley is usually my romance choice. Just because, I mean, Ashley's pretty good looking too. But who do I want to save? Do I save Caden or save Ashley? You know, I've never liked Caden very much. I don't know why, I just don't like his character, so I think I'm still gonna save Ashley.
Caden was a good man and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Ash. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. I'd never tell anyone, but I had my doubts. Leaving Caden behind had hardened my resolve. It revealed a weakness in my defenses. How many more friends and allies would I be willing to sacrifice in order to stop Saren? We arrived on Ilos close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died like every species before them, but a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He'd caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope that the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Council fleets battled Saren's army outside the Citadel, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human Alliance fleet in jeopardy.
Alright, last choice is you can save the Council or you can sacrifice them. Saving them comes at great cost to the Alliance fleet, but it also helps the Alliance overall, like humans. Sacrificing them doesn't hurt the fleet, but also doesn't do anything good to help humanity. So I'm gonna save the Council to help humanity. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. Well, not that sacrifice, but these sacrifices.
The Council had to be saved. They represented the hearts and minds of the galactic community. Without them, the fleets would be in disarray. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. The costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council,
Actually, that wasn't the last choice.
the Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left to me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, a lifetime politician, ruthless and ambitious. He would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be placed before him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair. But a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right.
Alright, Anderson or Udina? I've never liked Udina. I've always picked Anderson. Every single time I've played this game, I've picked Anderson to be on the council. And you know what? I'm gonna do the same.
Anderson didn't want the job.
It really makes Udina upset too, which is kind of funny when you're actually playing the game. He gets like, really becomes like a little bitch, basically.
The threat had passed. In time, the council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned cleanup duty. Routing out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
And that was the Genesis comic book. We now get to customize our character, but that's going to be left for the next episode. So thanks for watching the first episode, guys. It's a little longer than I'm going to have these normally. So stay tuned for episode 2. And I'll see you guys in the next one.